Hey folks, Simon from Velo Performance. If you're new here, then welcome, and if you're a regular visitor, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate your support. About a month ago, I put a video out all about why master cyclists over 40 struggle to lose weight. And some people wrote in and said, Simon, can you talk a little bit more about hunger management? Yeah, for sure. But this is going to be a big subject, so I'm going to put a 2-video series together. So in this video, I'm going to talk about understanding energy needs and why this is important for cyclists to know for consistent energy on the bike, quality training, optimal recovery, and weight management. And in the second video, I'm going to talk about the value of calories for hunger management, the tracking tool that helps you create meals that you love, the most common pitfalls that cyclists fall into and make them put on weight, and the one thing we can all do that will make us lose fat a lot easier. I know what you're thinking, that sounds spammy and a little bit off the wall, but keep watching because trust me, when you understand that one thing, you'll be like, yeah, we can all do that better. But first, I think it's important to set the nutrition scene because there is so much rubbish talked about on social media when it comes to things like calories, carbohydrates, and insulin. I think we need to set that straight. But I also want you to remember one thing while we go through this. We are master cyclists who train hard and long on bikes, so we need to think about our nutrition and how we energize our training and fuel for our recovery in a different way. So, let's get into it. Let's take the same cyclist, the same height, the same weight, the same daily expenditure, the same training, the same gut biome, the same everything, and say they both require the same 2,500 units of energy to maintain weight. We can all agree that energy is your currency for your energy during the day and controlling your weight. So let's say both these jugs represent the same cyclist and the same 2,500 calories that each cyclist needs to maintain their weight. And let's say they both want to lose weight, so we'll give them both a 500 calorie deficit. This might take a while. Both jugs are now 500 calories less and represent the same cyclist on a 2,000 calorie budget every day. Cyclist 1, cyclist 2, both 2,000 calories. Cyclist 1 trains early in the morning but eats evenly across the day. Cyclist 2 also trains early in the morning but delays their meal timing until lunchtime. Both ate their budget of calories of 2,000. Both lost similar amounts of weight because they both ate the same calories throughout the day. What was different was the timing of their meals. Let me put this another way so we get super clear on this. Keep watching because I think this next point is critical for master cyclists to understand so that they can hold on to lean muscle mass and recover faster. And we want to hold on to lean muscle mass as much as possible because it powers us on our bike, but it's also been shown to be the marker of our long-term health and longevity. Cyclist 1 again eats evenly across the day, but then trains later at 5 p.m. Cyclist 2 starts their day fasted and leaves all their calories to the end of the day and also trains at 5 p.m. Both would lose similar amounts of weight because both have eaten their budget of 2,000 calories. But I can guarantee you that cyclist number 2 will have massive feelings of hunger after their training, increased desire to overeat, and their quality of their training, because they haven't eaten very much throughout the day, would suck. I think we can all agree that cyclist number 2, if they continue to eat in that way and train in such a way, that their training would suffer. And when you look at the science, would have less lean muscle mass in the long run, not to mention a really messed up hormonal and immune function. What I'm trying to get across here is that your energy intake spread evenly across a day matters for performance, your recovery, and your body composition, and of course your hunger management. Remember, we are master cyclists who like to train hard and long on our bikes. We are not the general population who are focusing purely on fat loss. As master cyclists, our aging physiology demands that we eat in a way that powers our training and recover as fast as possible. When you look at the science, eating protein evenly spread across the day for master cyclists helps us maintain lean muscle mass, which we want because having more lean muscle powers you on your bike, and it is the marker of your health and your longevity. So what and when we eat matters not only for our hunger management, but also for feeling energized in training so we can train hard and maintaining lean muscle mass across the day. I want to chuck in something here about carbohydrates, calories and insulin, and the big conversation of how this is a problem when it really shouldn't be. I'm going to use this example of the same cyclist who, if they were to eat 2,500 calories, they would maintain their weight. If they were to take 500 calories out of their diet, they would drop weight. And these glasses represent carbohydrates. They're in a calorie deficit, right? So they're eating calories within their deficit, but they're all from carbohydrates. Yes, when they eat carbohydrate for breakfast, their insulin will rise because this is normal, but then it's going to go back down to baseline. And then when they eat carbohydrates for lunch, their insulin will rise, but then that's going to go back down to baseline. And then when they have dinner and eat carbohydrates, the same thing happens. Their insulin will rise because it's normal, and then it will go back down to baseline. What I'm trying to get across is when you're in maintenance or calorie deficit, if you eat a higher carbohydrate diet, you can still lose weight. Here's the thing, when you know that, and you know that that's not a problem, and you also know that carbohydrates are going to fuel your training really well and help you recover better, and potentially help you maintain lean muscle mass, which I've said we want, then what's the problem? And I don't understand this conversation of people worrying about acute hikes in insulin and blood glucose. It doesn't make any sense. So from this video, you know that as long as you eat within your calorie needs to maintain or lose weight, carbohydrates aren't fattening. And when you eat well, balanced meals evenly spread across the day, it can help with hunger management. In the next video, I'm going to talk about the value of calories for hunger management and the tracking tool that helps you create meals that you love and the most common pitfalls cyclists fall into that make them put on weight. Righty, that's it for this video. If you found any of this video helpful or knowledge affirming, do me a favor, hit like. I am trying to get this channel to grow, so if you think this video is going to help anybody, please share it with them. And also, if you missed that video that I made about cyclists putting on weight, then I'll stick that here. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back with part 2 very soon.